Welcome to Masterpiece Tarot. Here you'll find timeless messages to guide your soul's awakening. If you're here, trust. You are meant to be. Please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. These help support my mission of creating more peace on Earth. Thank you for being here, collective. Welcome in. In this first reading, I am going to look at our divine feminines. We'll get a main card, and then we'll look at opportunities, obstacles or barriers, and inaction. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to be a channel for these messages. And let's just jump right in. Okay, Spirit. What's happening with feminine? What can we know about our divine feminine here? What's going on with divine feminine here in the collective? Take the genders as they resonate. You can always flip any roles that you need to. If I say he or she, it's just a figure of speech more than anything. It's just a way to speak to the energy. A couple more shuffles here. All right, feminine. A Page of Pentacles. We've got a Knight of Wands here. A Nine of Wands. And Death. So with these minor arcana cards coming out and here in the action to take being a major, this is telling me that the focus is to do with this death energy. The focus for feminine at this time is on, an ending, the closing of a cycle, and obviously a new beginning. Okay, so that's sort of the overall main energy. But let's just take a look. So with the Page of Pentacles, it looks like feminine might be looking at money in a new way, thinking about doing something in a way that maybe they've never done before. So this could be you, collective. You may be considering a new way of working, a new career, a new living arrangement, a new relationship, something in the material world that you've not experienced before that requires you to have a beginner's mind. Look at something brand new and maybe study it before you start taking action on it. So that's what's going on with you. If I'm speaking to you, collective. Challenge. Passionate movement. fast moving energy. I have to clarify that. It could be that you're, still trying to do a lot with whatever you had going on before. It could be that somebody's coming toward you with a lot of energy. And so it can sometimes be about our needing to have the right kind of boundaries, or just, making sure we've got everything in its right place in terms of what we're prioritizing, where we are expending our own energy. Oops, right? Challenge. Well, you're feeling heavily burdened at this time. If you're in a transition, transitions can be really tough. They can be difficult. Sometimes when you've got one foot in the old world, maybe it's your old job, and now you've just gotten a new job, you're sort of trying to do the onboarding and the training for the new job while continuing to, work at the old job and get paid and all that kind of stuff. So it looks like feminine is at a transition point here. So this might be you, collective. Let's clarify. We will clarify with these cards. Okay, Spirit. What else can we know about the Page of Pentacles here for feminine? For our divine feminine. The Hermit. The Seven of Swords. And the Ten of Wands. Okay. So these cards speak to perhaps why we have this death energy that we're taking action on here. You may be somebody who's been doing quite a bit of reflecting, okay, looking within, questioning whether what you've been doing for work, or maybe perhaps the way you've been living, maybe it's your living arrangements. You've been doing some work looking at that, and honing your understanding of it, sharpening your intuition. Is this in alignment? Is this holding me back? Is there something that I could do differently that would be better for me? And with this Seven of Swords, sometimes this can be about deception. Sometimes it can be about strategy. And whether it's, deception or strategy, in any case, there's this sense of burden. Like, you can't have any more wands that you could possibly carry. You've got to lay them down. You've got to make a change. There's something untenable about this situation that you're in currently. And like we were talking about, where you are currently seems to be that you are pondering doing something new to you, embarking on a journey that is one you have not walked before. It's going to require you to do, take some preparations, this sort of thing. But you're being guided. You seem to have some intuitive knowing that this is the right thing to do. There may be things that you're not understanding or seeing in the Seven of Swords. Nonetheless, you intuitively sense that there's something that's maybe been happening with this past situation that you're considering moving away from that has just been really creating a lot of discomfort in your life, a lot of heaviness. Now, what's this opportunity? The opportunity, there's a Knight of Wands, so there's a sense of fast movement, there's a sense of creativity, there's a sense of doing. There could be somebody coming toward you. All those things could be challenges, but in this position, it's an opportunity. So tell us more about this opportunity with this. We have a Seven of Pentacles, a Six of Pentacles, and a Three of Wands. Well, I think the opportunity here, this Knight of Wands, this could be you. You are perhaps already taking action on expanding in a new direction. In the Three of Wands, we see somebody looking out over the water. They're looking to see if their ships are coming in, but it's also a card of expansion. Somebody's looking to grow, perhaps in a new direction. And with the Six and Seven of Pentacles, they came out as 7 and 6. It could be that whatever work you're in, whatever, whether it's work, your living situation, something in the material world has diminished. Okay, it's diminished a little from a 7 to a 6. Sevens are about really admiring what you've created. There's a sense, I've been building and look at what I've done so far. Sixes are about balancing things out. Are things fair? This could be a question that you're having right now, feminine. Are things fair? Is there a way I could balance things out better in my life, or that things could be better balanced in my life? And what I'm seeing here is we've got one feminine there, And then here we have a feminine and two people, two energies that appear to be a bit younger. And I'm sort of wondering if this could be you here contemplating giving to the things in your life in a different way. There could be another individual that's part of the equation here. This Knight of Wands would be like a younger fire sign energy. It could also just be like part of yourself that's ready to take action, taking action, wanting to be creative, wanting to follow your ambitions, what it is that you want to create in this life, what it is that your purpose calls you to do. So you might be giving to the things in your own life differently right now. And that's very empowering when you realize that, you hold that power over your own life. The opportunity, the challenge here is that Nine of Wands. Tell us more, Spirit. Justice. Very similar to that Six of Pentacles with the scale. A Five of Wands. And the King of Swords. Okay. Well, I think the challenge here is that something has not been fair. I think the challenge is the whole reason why you're moving toward this ending in the Death card. There's a sense that things have not been fair with the Justice card. King of Swords is coming in to cut out certain things to make things more fair. This is part of you. This is part of who you are and what you do. You take decisive action. You defend the truth. You're interested in what's right, doing the right thing. But back to the fairness thing, what hasn't been fair? Well, maybe there's been an unfair competition with this Five of Wands. Maybe there wasn't fair play, and you're seeing it, and you're saying, no, I'm not going to do it. I know it's going to be hard, but I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to have to study. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do, but I'm not just going to stay in something that's not fair and balanced. And with the Death card, this is the big one here at the end. The action to take. The Emperor. Boss energy there. The Queen of Cups. And the Knight of Swords. Okay. Again, with these knights, this is fast moving energy with the Knight of Swords. And, swords are about truth. They're about seeing things clearly. It's about being decisive. And so what I'm seeing with these cards here, with the action to take, moving decisively, standing in your boss energy, which is this Emperor card, being the boss in your own life, taking this quick action to bring about an ending. It might be an ending with a Queen of Cups. Or this card could also represent this is an act of self-love. Not only is the Queen of Cups loving and nurturing towards others, she's a master of her own feelings and emotions. She knows how to love herself, really and truly and deep down. She knows how. And so I'm tending to think that it's more of the latter. It's more an act of self-love that she's doing this, but it could also be that somebody's getting cut out. Okay, let us see if we want to. Let's just grab a couple of oracle cards here for you, feminine. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Okay. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Yeah. All right. Well, that's our reading. I hope it was helpful. Bye for now.